Thank you for joining us. I'm Michelle Martin. Topping our news at 6 after 19 years, the city of Monroe has a new mayor. Friday Ellis has officially been sworn in. NBC 10's Chelsea Jones joins us now with his plans for what he calls One Monroe.
Walking into a new chapter of Monroe.
I have high hopes that there will no longer be a North or a South Monroe. Let's no longer be a tale of two cities.
Oliver Friday Ellis is the new mayor of Monroe. One of his main goals as mayor is unity.
Let's create a beautiful story with notable moments to recall, shared between families while breaking bread around our dinner table for decades to come, about the one Monroe that we have created.
Creating a Monroe that sees no bounds. So how do you do that?
Day one, it's going to start with, what does it feel like to walk in City Hall, and how do you feel when you leave?
Then it's getting down to what he promised on the campaign trail, which he says people will be able to see the progress on soon.
Reducing crime and flooding, creating a better quality of life, and jump-starting our economic development.
He says many have doubts.
It was always, what does the small business owner know about running a large city? I say everything we do is scalable.
But Mayor Ellis is vowing TLC for the city he loves.
It is my charge to care for this city, just like I care for my family. We have a rich heritage, a rich history, and a deep spirit of entrepreneurship.
Dancing through it with those who lift him up when things may feel like they're falling apart.
I'm excited to see this, this vision, this dream come to reality.
In Monroe, Chelsea Jones, NBC 10, your local news leader.
Mayor Ellis says he plans to meet with the members of the media in the next few days to discuss some of the things he's currently working on and happening in the city. We'll update you with those details as we learn more. Well, today, the Main Street America gave a summary of the Transformation Strategies report that was done a few weeks ago for downtown Monroe. The survey covered 3 areas: the community's interest in downtown, what the community would like to see in the area, and what they perceive downtown to be today. Ray Scriber says the results show downtown Monroe has a lot of potential and there is room for opportunity. While there were some positive feedback, there are also areas that need improvement going forward.
There is a crime issue in downtown Monroe. Whether or not that's the case, I don't know. That's the perception. So, that perception has to be overcome. And then that the historic buildings need some work and could be improved and made to look better. That's one of the next.
City leaders will take those results and transformation strategy plan provided by Main Street America to make those changes for the future of downtown Monroe. Shifting gears to the coronavirus, Louisiana will stay in phase 2 for a little while longer. Governor John Bel Edwards making that announcement this afternoon as the state reaches the second highest number of coronavirus cases per capita in the nation. 96,583 total cases have now been reported from the start of the pandemic, meaning the virus has now affected at least 2% of Louisiana's population. In addition, the state reported its highest daily number of deaths since May 28th. However, Governor Edwards shared his greatest concern is the rising number of hospitalizations in Louisiana, saying over the last 2 weeks they've been on an upward trajectory in all regions of the state.
This resurgence of COVID-19 doesn't look like it did back in March and April, where it was concentrated in certain areas, mostly the densely populated areas around Orleans and Jefferson Parish and later in Baton Rouge and up in Shreveport, but it is widespread across the state. Which is why I'm announcing today that I will extend phase 2 order for an additional 2 weeks.
Phase 2 was originally set to expire Friday. Edwards will sign a new proclamation on Thursday to extend that order through August 7th. In Arkansas, the state reporting nearly 700 confirmed new cases of the coronavirus. Governor Asa Hutchinson says hospitalizations remain at a troubling level. 6 more deaths were reported for a total of 363 since the pandemic began. Yesterday marks the first day a new statewide mask mandate was put into effect through several local leaders and law enforcement, though they're saying that they will not enforce it. Violators face a fine of up to $500, but can't be arrested or detained under Hutchinson's order. First-time offenders and people under the age of 18 receive only warnings. Mississippi has set another new record for a single-day increase in reported cases of COVID-19. Today marking the first time the health department reported at least 1,600 new cases. The state has recently had several days with increases of more than 1,000 cases. The state health officer says several hospitals are short on beds in their intensive care units. Governor Tate Reeves has put restrictions on 23 of the 82 counties, requiring people to wear masks in public and limiting public gatherings. Mississippi has had more than 4,500 cases of the virus and nearly 1,400 related deaths. New at 6, Dr. Anthony Fauci says he's not going to resign from the White House Coronavirus Task Force despite some recent criticism from President Donald Trump. Fauci appeared on the Nexstar original Coronavirus House Calls today. Reporter Michael Clark has a recap.
You've put aside even considering resigning from the task force, right?
Oh, definitely. I'm not even thinking about that.
Responding to recent criticism from some federal leaders, including President Donald Trump, Dr. Anthony Fauci says he remains focused on helping the world through the coronavirus pandemic.
That kind of noise just gets in the way of the common job that we have and the common goal that we want to reach. It's just unfortunate that some people have made those kinds of remarks that are really not founded in any reality at all.
The nation's top infectious disease expert is encouraged by recent results from 2 possible vaccines still being tested in trials.
Obviously, we need to do more studies with more people, but I'm actually heartened by what I'm seeing, that more than one candidate appears to be inducing the kinds of responses that favorably might produce a degree of optimism about whether or not they're going to be able to block infection.
Fauci says the recent surge in cases may have come from some states that opened too quickly. He believes some should consider taking a step back, but above all, he's encouraging personal responsibility. He says while young people may be less likely to get seriously ill, they can still spread the virus to others. Tonight, there's continued calls to wear a mask and social distance.
This is going to end, but it's going to be up to us. It's not going to end spontaneously. We've got to do the things that are necessary to put a stop to this.
And when it comes to reopening up the school districts, Dr. Anthony Fauci doesn't believe the solution will be one size fits all. In Birmingham, Alabama, Michael Clark, back to you.
This pandemic has been hard on families, especially those in nursing homes. Coming up, we're going to take you to Farmable and show you how one retirement home got creative and is allowing families to visit their loved ones.